Welcome to How to Play Horus Heresy 3rd Edition. In this video, we are going to explain and discuss how to use command tanks. In the apocalyptic battles that typified the Horus Heresy, to be caught exposed on the battlefield unprotected and unguided is often the surest way to your own untimely death. For that reason, many commanders on both sides saw fit to take to the field of battle aboard heavily armoured and monstrous war machines, loaded with advanced command hardware and weapons in order to guide their forces to victory. These often impervious mobile command bunkers are known as command tanks. These heavy vehicles act as the leaders and focal point of your army, and are often found leading vast divisions of heavy armour into the most apocalyptic battles of the Age of Darkness. If you are looking for other videos on how to play the game, then you can find them all on the channel in a dedicated playlist. And if this video helps you, then please give it a like, consider sharing it with a fellow Heresy player, and let me know how you are enjoying the rules of the new edition. You could also consider joining the Hopeless Heresy Legion by subscribing and hitting the bell for more Horus Heresy goodness. There are currently two separate command tanks in Horus Heresy 3rd Edition. The first is the Spartan Prometheus Command Tank, which is available to Astartes forces, while the other is the Dracosan Command Tank, available to the Solar Auxilia. The full rules for both can be found in the Battle of Tallarn Part 1 Journal Tactica. Although both tanks feature different stats and armaments, both have near identical functions in the game, and so we will cover both in this video. Both command tanks fill the high command battlefield role in your army. A baseline Spartan Prometheus Command Tank with no upgrades costs 420 points, while a Dracosan Command Tank with no upgrades costs 200 points. The Spartan Prometheus Command Tank is a heavy command vehicle based on the Spartan chassis. It features an armour value of 14 on all facings and 12 hull points. It also has a transport capacity of 8 models. It has access points on its front and side facings and an auto repair of 4+ to support with the removal of statuses. It has a pair of sponson mounted Gravis heavy bolter batteries. It also has an augury scanner and smoke launchers as its war gear. Note that it does not feature a frontal weapon like a regular Spartan. It can have a pinto mounted weapon selected for it from the standard pinto mounted weapon list, and it can also mount a single hunter-killer missile for 5 points and a searchlight for a further 5 points. Importantly, it also has the Master of the Legion trait, meaning that taking the command tank in your high command slot will unlock an additional reaction point for your army. The Spartan Prometheus Command Tank has a transport capacity of 8 models. However, the models it can transport come with some limitations due to the Command Transport Special rule. Only units that include a model with the command subtype may embark upon a Spartan Prometheus Command Tank. This usually means a model such as a consul or a praetor, and a unit they are attached to, such as a bodyguard or a retinue unit. This rule does not allow you to transport models that usually cannot embark upon other models, and the models embarked within must have the same faction trait as the vehicle itself. The Dracosan Command Tank meanwhile has a front and side armour value of 13 and a rear armour value of 11, as well as 9 hull points. Unlike the Spartan, it has no transport capacity. It is armed with a front hull mounted twin las cannon, and it also features an auto repair of 4+ to support with the removal of statuses. It also comes with smoke launchers and a flare shield, which counters the effects of the Armour Bane special rule. The twin las cannon can be upgraded with a devastating demolisher cannon for plus 40 points. It can add a pinto mounted weapon from the Auxilia pinto mounted weapon list as well. Finally, it can also take up to 2 hunter-killer missiles for a cost of 5 points each, a searchlight for 5 points, and a dozer blade for a further 5 points. Importantly, it has the trait Cohort Supreme Command, meaning that taking the command tank in your high command slot will unlock an additional reaction point for your army. The Dracosan Command Tank also has an Auxilia specific special rule, Armoured Warfare, which we will cover later in the video. As both vehicles are taken using a high command slot, both can unlock an Apex or Auxiliary detachment for your army. However, they can both also surrender the Slay the Warlord secondary mission objective upon their destruction. Although both are quite unique in terms of armaments, both fulfill the same role in both the Astartes and Auxilia armies. They both provide a stable point of leadership for your army, backed up by heavier armour than normal, as well as allowing access to more fighting vehicles than would normally be available. Let's look at the special rules that both the vehicles share. Both command tanks have the special rule Command Vehicle 9, which is an ability designed to keep your troops level-headed on the field and moving forward. A model with this special rule allows the value of X to be used by other units on the battlefield instead of that unit's leadership or cool once per turn. For both vehicles, the value of X is 9. If one of your units has either a Nuncio Vox, a Command Vox, or a Vox Interlock piece of war gear, then they can radio the command tank when called upon to make either a leadership test or a cool check. This ability can only be used once per turn. This is incredibly strong, as it is not simply used in specific situations such as removing statuses. It can be used in any situation that requires a cool or a leadership check. I have a tactical squad that has lost 25% of its models during the shooting phase, and now they require a leadership test. As the unit has a Nuncio Vox, I declare to my opponent that the squad are going to radio through to the Spartan Command Tank to help with this test. Now, for that leadership test, I will require a 9 or less, instead of the tactical squad's usual leadership of 7. I have a squad of Auxilia who have just lost combat in the assault phase, and now need to make a panic check. I have lost combat by 2, and so would need to apply a -2 modifier to my Auxilia's leadership of 6. This is naturally going to be very difficult. However, the squad has a Vox Interlock, and I declare to my opponent that the squad are going to radio through to the Dracosan Command Tank to help with this test. Now, the modifier will be applied to a leadership value of 9, which is a much more realistic proposition. I'll now need a 7 or less on 2d6 to pass the test. Note that once you have used this ability, you cannot use it again this turn, even if you proceed to fail the leadership or cool check. This is incredibly powerful, especially for cool checks. Many baseline infantry in the game have quite middling cool scores, so being able to call on a cool stat of 9 immediately is incredibly powerful. Both command tanks also have the Tank Commander 2 special rule, which is a rule that shows how effective command tanks are for commanding vast hosts of armour and fighting vehicles. A unit with the Tank Commander X special rule allows the player to take X number of auxiliary detachments so long as those detachments only contain the armour battlefield role. Normally, this will be the Armoured Support detachment in the core rulebook. If I take the Spartan Command Tank in my high command slot, this will give me a few different options of detachment. I can take a single Apex detachment, the same as other high command models, or I can take a single auxiliary detachment. However, I can instead take 2 Armoured Support detachments as I have Tank Commander 2. This would allow me to unlock 8 potential armour slots right off the bat. The Dracosan Command Tank is even more flexible. I can also unlock 2 further detachments so long as all slots in those detachments are armour slots. However, being an Auxilia vehicle, these detachments can also be used to unlock 2 Armoured Tercio detachments. This would unlock 3 armour slots per detachment, and while this is less than the regular Armoured Support detachment, all tanks in the Armoured Tercio slots would have the Armoured Tercio trait, a very powerful trait when used in conjunction with the Dracosan Command Tank's final special rule, Armoured Warfare. If any of the tanks from the Armoured Tercio detachment are within 18 inches of the command tank, then they benefit from an auto repair of 4+. When testing to remove statuses during the end phase of my turn, I would need 4+ for each of these vehicles to successfully remove statuses. This is incredibly powerful at keeping your tank line effective, and really leans into the overlapping special rules and army building that the Solar Auxilia do so incredibly well. Essentially, unlocking a command tank for your force provides you with more access to tanks and fighting vehicles, something that is doubly attractive for missions featuring the new Armoured Spearhead mission objectives contained in the Battle of Tallarn Part 1 Journal Tactica. The command tank is a fantastic addition to the game and really allows you to build a flavourful and heavy-hitting list of Armoured Fury. The ability to unlock more armoured fighting vehicles and also benefit your infantry with a leadership and cool stat of 9 is incredible, and makes both the Spartan Prometheus and the Dracosan Command Tank worthy additions to any army. And that is the fundamentals of command tanks. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.